do a cute little fun demo on how to make little food charms, or they can be keychains, or I'm gonna make them into earrings, I think. Or they can just be like little modeling clay like sculptures if you want to. But this is a fun craft you can do with kids, and you can do it with any kind of clay. I'm using just some random old clay I have laying around. And so whatever you use, you'll want to follow the directions for, like if it's to harden it afterwards. So you might have kind of clay that you need to bake, or maybe it'll be the kind that you just wait for it to dry. I also have, and so I have the clay, obviously, that's the first thing you need, and that's the only thing you really need. But I also have some of these like jewelry tools basically, but this will make it easier to make it into an actual keychain, or here I have the earrings that I'm going to stick in there. And then I also have some of these general like sculpting tools, as you can see. I don't know how much I'll actually use these, but they can be helpful. You don't need them at all. So we're going to make some really easy stuff today. I picked out the colors ahead of time to kind of soften them up. I think I want to do strawberry, so that's this green and pink that I have here, and then some blueberries I'm gonna do, and then if those don't work out, I might also do some tomatoes. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, so as you can see, I've got all my colors laid out here, and so we're gonna start, and I'm gonna do kind of like them all in a step together, you know. So first I'm going to make the general shapes, then I'll make the little add-on pieces, the little detail parts, and then we'll put these in them so that they are earrings in my case, or I've got a couple different things here. Maybe I'll make a keychain or whatever. So first, fortunately, all this stuff is really intuitive and it's fun for kids because, well, part of the reason we chose food is because it's really recognizable shapes and it's not too hard to do. And so you kind of just do, I mean, picture what a strawberry looks like and sort of roll this into the right shape. So that's a little too long. Want it to be a little bit conical, basically. Let's see what I'm doing here. So I'm making it pretty small because mine are going to be earrings, so I don't want them to be gigantic. But yeah, sort of soft rolling motions. You can roll with your hand or roll on the table. All right, so that's kind of a little strawberry shape. That's the first one. I'll leave that right there. I'm gonna do one of each. This green is mostly for details, so I'm skipping over that. Now for the blueberry and the tomatoes, they're gonna be super easy. So literally take a small piece, roll it into as round of a circle as you can get, maybe a little flatter than a round circle, so it kind of looks like a blueberry. I'll just make one. I'm going to use this dark blue for the details on there, and then I'll make a little tomato. Same thing, basically round, and you can make it a little bit flatter if you want. Since these things are so small, it's kind of like the less detail the better, because if you're far away, people won't be able to see a real detailed little sculpture very well anyway. Okay, so I'm going to squash this one down a little bit more, and maybe I'll even get a little fancy, use one of my tools here to kind of add some creases where the leaves are going to come in. This is not super necessary, but it'll make it stick on a little better. Add a couple of creases. I'll add some on the strawberry too. Cool. And that gives it sort of a natural looking shape as well. Okay, so next we're gonna do the leaves, or like the green little leafy top parts of the tomato and the strawberry. And then for the blueberry, since they don't really have that, I'm gonna add like a darker blue circle on top. So we'll start with the green, and you want to be careful because sometimes some of the clay can get stuck on your hands, and then it'll mix in. Again, not a big deal, this is a craft for kids, but just in case you want to be kind of a perfectionist, be careful about that. So now I might actually use one of these tools because it'll be easier. Basically, I want to make kind of a flat circle like that, but then I'm going to cut into the side so I can pinch them more into like leaf shapes. So you can do it pretty irregularly. This is nature, so it doesn't have to be super perfect. And this would be a good tool for kids to use because it's not sharp at all. So then I'll take and pinch these into sort of pointy leaf shapes. You can watch me do it a little bit here. I'll show you up close when I'm done though. Kind of pinch the corners in. And then I kind of like to try to smooth out you can kind of see my fingerprint on there. So I'll try to smooth that out a little bit. Alright, and then, so then as you can see, it's sort of a leaf shape, sort of a star. And very gently peel that off. Stick it on top of the strawberry here. That's what I'm doing here. And then I'm gonna use, let's see, what should I use for this? I'm gonna use this kind of blunt end of this tool to poke it in there so that it stays on. And then it'll kind of poke up like leaves do in real life. So there we have a very adorable little tiny strawberry. And now I'm gonna do the same thing with the tomato. I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see here, I have my 3 finished, very cute berries and fruit or vegetable, depending on what you think a tomato is. And I'm going to go the easy route. I'll just show you one, because there's no reason for me to show you a ton of them. But before I do this, make sure if your clay is the kind that needs to be baked in the oven and you're gonna put metal in it, you just wanna make sure it's the kind that can go in the oven and be safe. My clay, I don't have the instructions, but I think it just dries out on its own. So basically, I'm just gonna poke the earring in there and twist it a little bit so it gets hooked on there, and then once it dries, it'll be stuck in there.